The Supreme Helper Minion Challenge. A challenge harder than Dark Souls itself. Well, maybe not. But it's boring. So painfully boring. This challenge destroyed me. 1 whole week of nothing but fishing takes something out of you. And then it crams it back in. Much like any good quest, it starts out by talking to scum. I want to fish, and you're gonna get me one. Ask me about it. Like, shut up. Oh my god. So anyway, he wants us to go to the desert to catch him a fish. I finally have received my first destination. Unfortunately, I only had 1 piece of bait, so we've run into our first problem. Bait. I didn't know a lot about fishing in Terraria, but I had heard about the flower boots. An item that spawns shrubbery underneath your feet when you ran, allowing you to get heaps upon heaps of bait just by walking back and forth. I went to the jungle to try and find a pair of these boots when I realized there's already a bunch of shrubs here. I broke the shrubs and I got tons and tons of bait. Sluggies, shrubbies, grubbies, tubbies, rubber duckies. Now finally, I was able to fish. Fish I did. I fished and fished and fished. I fished everywhere. I fished here. I fished there. I fished in between dimensions. And still, nothing. I thought it was my fishing power, but changing it didn't seem to work. And that's all I could think of to help me. Then, the day changed, and it was on to a new fish. The bonefish. Caught in the caverns of the underworld, I barely had a place to fish. Every underground was either corrupt, hollowed, or the jungle, and something tells me you can't fish underground in the jungle. So, I found a little spot next to the dungeon, and I fished. I fished, and I fished, and I fished. And still, I got nothing. I even went to the wiki on fishing. And while I didn't learn anything initially, it did teach me something. I had an accessory from an already previously completed quest from the angler that reduced the amount of bait I used when I fished. Not what I wanted more fishing power, but at least it was something. I kept at it. I even put on a tiny little podcast that you might know, to really get me ready for the ride ahead.
Fellas, you ever been shaving your nuts?
I fished. A couple of minutes. I got something. I finally had caught something. A spiderfish. One tiny little step closer to reaching my goal. And it was, of course, disgusting, icky, sticky, doo-doo caca spider. I went to the angler, and seeing the look on his face, his stupid face when I turned that in, and he had to give me things, was priceless. Things began to pick up speed from there, which was good, but bad. You see, you can only get 1 quest a day from the angler. He gives you a new one at 4:30 in the morning every day. Now you may be saying, oh, well, that's not too bad. Isn't there just some sort of item or something that you can use to instantly change the day or the time? And there is. It's called the Enchanted Sundial. But a little problem about that, it can only be used every 7 days. But, of course, real logic wouldn't just have you sit there for hours upon hours waiting for another day. There's a little item called the bed. The bed speeds up time and allows you to sleep, but that doesn't mean it instantly changes the time. For every second you sleep, 1 minute passes. So, with some basic math, you would know that for 1 in-game hour, it takes 1 real-life minute. This is where the bad comes in. Essentially, the fishing started boiling down to this awful cycle of fish for like 2 minutes, maybe even less, go to sleep for like 8. Fish for like 2 minutes, go to sleep for like 8. It was boring and boring. If you want to know what it's like going insane, then try to get this achievement. But knowing that it was the only way to speed up time, I did the method. I caught fish, went to bed, caught fish, went to bed, caught fish, went to bed. Every southern dad's dream. I was making pretty good pace when I realized this is going to take a lot longer than I thought it would. So, I ended the recording and kept going. One week it took. 1 whole week of nothing but fishing. I don't know if that's fast, I don't know if that's slow, but I did it. Finally had gotten Supreme Helper Minion achievement. Okay, whoa. Hi, this is future editor.png here. I made this thinking I would be done. I'm still not done. I don't even have the achievement. I don't have it. It's been a week. I still don't have it. So yes, I did just lie directly to your face. Loser. That, my friends, is how I ended up here. Without cheating at all.